everyone. My name is Raymond E. Delute, and I am your practice teacher for English. Let's start the day for you to learn new things. Class, what was our lesson yesterday? Very good. And what is a drama? Exactly. And what are the types of drama? Excellent. Our lesson for today is very important because it talks about plot, setting, and characterization. In this session, you will identify the plot, setting, and characterization, determine the author's purpose, and appraise the plot, setting, and characterization to achieve the writer's purpose. So, are we ready? If we're all ready, let's start the fun and learning now. This time, you are going to watch a short film entitled The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. While watching, take note of the following questions. When and where did the story take place? Who are involved in the story? And what is the film all about? Are you ready to watch the film? Okay, you may start now. How was your viewing? Did you like the short film? Were you able to take note the things we were mentioned all about? Now, let's try if you can answer these following questions. Read the questions carefully and write your answer on the space provided. Number 1. Who are involved in the story? Number 2. Where did the story take place? Number 3. What is the message of the story? Number 4. What is the author's purpose? And last, how did the setting, characterization, and plot help to achieve the author's purpose? Were you able to answer the questions correctly? Good job! The questions you just answered talk about the setting, character, and the plot. These are the basic elements of the stories. When we talk about when and where the story is set, it is called the setting. A setting, it deals both physical conditions and time. For example, past, present, and future. And the social and cultural condition in which the characters exist. The setting of a story can help define and shape the characters for the readers. Where did the story take place? Exactly. In the story The Necklace, the movie was set in Paris, France at the close of 19th century, giving us the idea that the character's struggle would involve in the necklace. Again, setting, it deals both physical occasions and time, example, past, present, and future, and the social and cultural condition in which the characters exist. Now, let's find out the next basic elements of the story. What do you call an animal or person or anything that is personified in the story. Exactly! It is called a character in the story. A character is a person or animals or anything that is personified. The characterization is used by the authors or writers to highlight and explain the details about the character in a story. Now, who are the characters in the film The Necklace? Precisely! Now, let's proceed the last part of the basic element of the story, which is the plot. A plot is the series of events that happens in a story. Plot is often represented as an arc. In a narrative or creative writing, a plot is the sequence of events that make up a story, whether it's told, written, filmed, or sung. The plot in the story, it is how the story develops, unfolds, and moves over time. Plot is typically made up of five elements, and these are introduction or exposition, rising action, a climax, the falling action, and resolution. Exposition is the introduction of a story, including the primary character's name, setting, mood, and time. Conflict. The conflict is the primary problem that drives the plot of the story, often a main goal for the protagonist to achieve or overcome. Rising action. The rising action of the story is all of the events that leads to the eventual climax, including characters development and events that create suspense. A climax. The climax is the most exciting point of the story and is a turning point for the plot or goals of the main characters. Falling action. The falling action is everything that happens as a result of the climax, including wrapping up of plot points, questions being answered, and character development. Resolution. The resolution is not always happy, but it does complete the story. It can leave a reader with questions, answers, frustrations, or satisfactions. The diagram that shows display the plots of the short film The Necklace. As what you observe, the story started with the exposition. The main character was introduced, the setting was also revealed, and the conflict was presented. The rising action. This is where the conflict happened, where Mathilde Luzel and her husband belongs to a middle class, yet she dreams to become rich. The rising action occurs when Mathilde found out that she lost her necklace, and she and her husband decided to replace it with one that looks like. The replacement costs more money and it takes 10 years to pay. Now, the climax. After 10 years of hard work and struggle, the couple pay off all their debts. Now, as you can see, the falling action, Mathilde is walking to the market and sees the friend that she borrowed the necklace from. She decides to tell her what happens. And the resolution, Madame Forrester tells Mathilde that the necklace was fake. The reader is left contemplating the irony of the situation. If you have observed, the setting, characterization, and plot work together to achieve the writer's purpose and to entertain the readers. They also help in achieving the theme of the story by showing the readers how the main character conquer her struggles. Now, let us review what we have discussed earlier. Are you ready? Okay. What are the three basic elements of the story? Correct! We have the plot, setting, and characterization. Now, what are the five main elements of a plot? Exactly! You are correct. We have exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. At this time, we will going to watch an award-winning animated film entitled Coco, directed by Lee Unkrich, written by Jason Katz, Matthew Aldrich, Adrienne Molina, and Lee Unkrich. You have to pay attention because later I'm going to give you a quiz. Now, let us apply what you have learned. Number one, based on the animated film that you have watched, illustrate the setting. Number two, who is the main character of the story? Describe the main character of the story. What are his traits and attitudes? Number three, using the diagram, plot the story of the film that you have watched. Were you able to answer all the questions? Good job! And for now, for your assignment, write your own story, specify the character, setting, and plot, and make a plot diagram. Alright students, I hope that you have learned something new from our lesson for today. See you on our next lesson. Again, my name is Raymond E. Delute, and I am your practice teacher. Goodbye everyone, and stay safe. I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.